Hey there. If you're out in the world listening to me, thank you. This week, I'm going to share a little bit about blessings and how gratitude can be the game changer. If you haven't instilled it already in your daily practice, almost hourly practice, then you'll want to listen up. Stick around. What if I told you that there are just 3 things you need to do each and every day to revolutionize the quality of your health and well-being? Well, there are, and I'm here to share with you exactly how to start taking control of your body and your life today. My name is Marcell Hansen, and you're listening to Small Habits, Big Changes. Let's dive in. I think for some, it can be really challenging to find blessings in hardship, in dis-ease, in ended friendships, ended relationships, lost jobs, a flat tire. A lot of these things seem catastrophic, negative at best, unwanted, unexpected, maybe. But finding the blessing in something that seemingly may not look like a blessing in and of itself is something to be grateful for. I started a attitude of gratitude journal probably about 25 years ago. I used to have my clients always at the end of the day write down 3 things that they could be thankful for, actually writing it down, and in the morning do the same thing. We also did a little bit of a challenge, like writing down something you did outside your comfort zone, so a place of growth, and what you learned from it and what you might do differently next time. It's a great little hack, if you will, to keep your mind sharp and looking for new things to do. That old adage of if you do the same things you've always done, you'll get the same results you've always gotten, something to that effect, is really true. Like stretching your mind, stretching even your body to do things that it hasn't done is super important. As we get older, neuroplasticity becomes a piece that we need to pay attention to. When we're younger, we're learning things all the time, and it's very natural. It's still natural as we get older. We have just bogged ourselves down with stress and sometimes inactivity and allowed almost a boredom or a complacency to seep in. So the reminder is to light a match, get a spark going to get you to do things that maybe you've always wanted to do, maybe littler things that you just aren't used to doing that really focus on bringing that flexibility back into your mindset. Rigidity is eventual death, right? So even something as simple as crossing your fingers a different way, if you clasp your hands, your thumb will naturally fall onto one side unless you do that enough of alternating, and then it doesn't. It's quite I've done this for years and years, and I think it used to be my right thumb was on top, left underneath, and now either way is equally as comfortable. There's lots of different things. It's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. These things actually really have a lot of value when it comes to neuroscience and utilizing your brain and keeping it sharp in a way that it hasn't. So whether you're taking a different route to work or a different route on your walk, maybe you try something more challenging like brushing your teeth with the opposite hand or even writing something with your opposite hand is a huge patience builder. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty ambidextrous. I can play softball and I can throw a ball and catch a ball with both hands. I've always written with my right hand. There have been a few occasions where I've tried to write things with my left hand, and it's super challenging. I can do it. The more patient I am, the more legible it is. So take that for what it's worth. But as far as blessing things that may not seem obvious as blessings, a lot of times I think we have our mind set on something and our mind becomes very rigid. very similar to always clasping your hands with a certain thumb on top, or always putting your pant leg in, your left or your right leg into the pants first. These sort of things create like neural pathways, right? To where they almost become automatic. That's why you can probably do things like get into your car, start the engine, put on your seatbelt, and not really even think of any of that. It's very automatic. And you put on your pants or your shorts. Do you even recognize what leg you put in first or which shoe you might put on first? If you don't, think about it. Is it your left or is it your right? And then when you go to do it again tomorrow when you get dressed or tonight when you get undressed, try and do it in reverse. It's really awkward. I'm not going to lie. It's super awkward. And that stretch is what, in short, keeps you young, keeps you nimble, keeps your brain working, keeps it firing, gives your brain a new challenge. And then while that doesn't seem like much, start with something small, gradients. Try eating with your non dominant hand. If you are trying to slow your eating, that will do it without switching to a spoon just to shovel it in. Try eating your next meal with your non dominant hand if it's a fork. It's challenging, even more so if it's chopsticks. But this rigidity is what we want to soften the edges on and eventually make more pliable and more flexible for just ongoing health and ongoing, that's a word. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. Simply just the breath, the air that we can breathe. Most of the people listening right now, we're in North America, the majority, and we have pretty good air. Yes, there are areas that are influenced by forest fires right now. Sometimes we have smog influence. In general, we got pretty good air. Water, we're like in the top percent of the population as far as good drinking water. And we have access to better filtration systems. So I'm not a huge proponent of tap water, but if that is all you have, then let's start there and stay hydrated. We live in a moderately safe environment. We're able to go outside. We're not overly governed to the fact that we can still have free thought and free speech for the most part. Let's retain that. And these are all very rudimentary, basic things to be thankful for. But we can be thankful for all kinds of things that we don't have. And this is where it's a stretch of the brain. I think everything's relative, and we've spoke on that. I've shared a little bit about relativity and how a person born blind at birth, it's darkness, but they never will understand or have even a comparison of that to light because they haven't experienced it. So darkness is not darkness if you don't have light to compare it to, and vice versa. I think we take that for granted, and stopping to think of the things that we have is super important. There's a song that Garth Brooks the other night at a local football game, his wife, and he ran into his old high school flame. And as he introduced them, the past came back to him. And what he recalled was that he prayed and prayed every night that God would make her his, right? That they would be together forever. And then they got to talking, realized they didn't have a lot to talk about, and maybe they saw each other differently. It had been several years. And as he walked away, he looked at his wife, and right then and there, he thanked God for the gifts in his life. The song is titled Unanswered Prayers. So here he was as a high schooler praying for this certain circumstance. And in the end, that didn't happen. He met someone years later and was with them and was very happy, and then was reminded of this unanswered prayer. And I just say to all of you, whether you believe in God or the universe or some supernatural energy or spirit that we have around, there is some sort of plan going on that we are not as influential in that we'd like, I think, in certain circumstances. However, a lot of things that don't happen, that we wanted to have happen, are actually a blessing. Maybe we ran for a bus and we were late and we missed it, and that bus down the road got into an accident, right? Sometimes you really wanted a job, you wanted a connection with someone, and then maybe you got it and wished you didn't have it. Or maybe you just didn't get it and you thought, oh, that time has passed. Maybe that's a blessing. If we can wrap our head around seeing more things as blessings and not just maybe stereotypical positive things as blessings, we can increase our gratefulness. And from a place of gratefulness, from that gratitude, we can be of more service. We can live more fully, live more freely. It's really about building your self awareness, about recognizing the good and the abundance that is around us and being thankful. I'm thankful that you're listening. If just one person hears what I have to say, then I'm blessed. Hopefully, it resonates with you. If you have a friend or a loved one that you feel like might benefit from this message, please do share. You can join our texting community. The number's in the outro. We're going into a new season. And I want to say this is a great opportunity for those who are wanting a pick me up. They are wanting to shift into the seasons. I always do an intensive around the changing of the seasons. When spring comes, as summer solstice arrives, coming into the autumn equinox, and then winter solstice, these are times to realign with nature. And it's really an opportunity to adjust what you're doing, the activities you're doing, maybe the foods you're eating, the workouts you're doing, any fasting that you're doing, maybe your work schedule, maybe the time you go to bed, maybe the time you get up. As the season, the planet continues to rotate and the seasons roll on, this is an opportunity and a good one for you to jump on that nature's train, not just do the same thing over and over again, eat the same foods over and over again year round. That's actually not doing you service in most instances. We have root vegetables that are coming in. Some of the berries are making their way out of season. Eating with the season can be really fruitful, and exercising a little differently, a little less maybe in the fall, or more focused, as opposed to summertime is very out and about. You're very active. It's the sun is up early, it is up late. People tend to be more active and outgoing in that time. As we crawl towards a new season, it's a good time, a good opportunity to take advantage of jumping on the seasonal change of nature. So if you want an intensive, a pick me up, a realignment of what's going on, your habits, your routines, how you can shift them, shoot me a text at 206-483-2960 with the word season. Put season and text 206-483-2960. I'm taking 4 new clients on just for the autumn transition, just to get you realigned into the season. If what we've been discussing speaks to you, I encourage you to reach out, get more information, apply, see if it's a fit for you. Don't let another season pass without checking in, without realigning, without micro correcting. As you do it, as the seasons go on, after a year or two, you can do more micro corrections every month or every week or every day. And this is very beneficial. Obviously, the shorter distance between micro corrections, the more you're going to be on that proper path that's only right for you, right? Give a listen. If you're interested, want more impactful change going into the season, the new season, a new you, time to start dropping some leaves. Reach out. Until next time, I wish you blessings. I wish you perspective on just how many blessings you have I wish you an attitude of gratitude. And I know until next time, you will be awesome. Take care. Thank you so much for listening today. If you feel any part of this episode resonated with you, then please consider sharing it with a friend who may also find value in it. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And before you go, did you know we have a fantastic free text community? If you want more bite-sized health hacks and reminders delivered directly to your phone, absolutely free, then text keyword YES to 206-483-2960. Again, that's keyword YES to 206-483-2960. And we'll see you on the inside.